Greetings to my Aquarius and welcome to Ingrid's Insights. My name is Ingrid for those new to my channel, and so happy to see you here. And I'm going to begin with channeling and then have an oracle, a card, and then tarot. So stay tuned. So take a deep breath and let's go into the energy of getting clear, crystal clear, crystal skull. Our skulls are crystal. We're seeing clearly into our own minds today. And I see that you're on the path of this way of the sacred, the mystical. You're in uncharted territory. You don't have a map or a compass, but you're using the earth, the stars, nature itself to guide you. So trust in those mysterious forces within you. You don't need knowledge, you need experience. And so it is, Aquarius. And so happy to see you today. And let's start with the oracle card we're meant to see today. What is it that Aquarius, what is it that you need to know today? Well, we see that you're in uncharted territory, but that's because the sacred is all around us. It's in everything. That's why crystals are very potent, because the sacred flows through the crystal. It flows through our bodies. We're conduits of that. It's even in the energy of a pen, because you can do something magical, the power of the pen, to write, to speak. So journaling is important for you. And this is what I have is coming in today for my Aquarius. Banshee. Have you heard like crazy like a banshee? There is the energy of 33. That is a master number. That's a number of movement, of manifestation, of expansion, of connection, of getting things to come to you. Banshee. So Aquarius, if there has been grief, sadness, if there's been a loss that you have been grieving for, if there's something that you're grieving within your own life, something that was traumatic, something about your past, your childhood, something that was very traumatic in the sense of the way maybe one of your parents treated you, treated another person, and you were ashamed and had to witness that maybe for years, it seems like lifetimes, with no understanding from the situation. And grief just was all around you. Even as vibrant as you are, Aquarius, I know you, innovative, leading the way into the future, into those uncharted territories. But it's saying that the Banshee is here. Number 33, and let's see what the oracle message is for Banshee. Grief is love that has nowhere to go. I'll repeat that. Grief is love that has nowhere to go. It is important you take the time to properly grieve a loss, no matter what form that may take. The loss of a relationship, the loss of a job, the loss of your innocence, the loss of a belief system, the loss of trust in someone who mattered, like a parent. No matter what form that grief may take, sorrow and grief are natural parts of life and can renew you, Aquarius. You should understand that you will die, and you should prepare yourself. Find the joy in life. Well, I think this is suggesting, Aquarius, that if we really fully face death, that the physical body ends, but we're only here in a temporary form. We're spirit having this local experience, but we're non-local beings. We're vibrational fields of energy. And there is a duality here that I feel in you and in a lot of Aquariuses I know and experienced in my own journey as an Aquarius. But there is grief and joy, the duality between those two, and also feeling those wild energies around us and then pushing them away by not feeling the grief. The Banshee is from the family of the Fae and is recorded by the Irish and Celtics. The Banshee always female. That's interesting. So it's from the left side, from the unconscious side of us. Keeps or wails to members of the family of someone who has or soon will die. They foretell the death. So there could be someone, or you could be in this situation where you work in hospice, or you work in grief counseling, or you have a family member who is sick and passing on, or a friend. But the energy is saying that this is how we find that deeper transformative energy of rebirth, to fully go through the grief period, the grieving process. And if you haven't, if you need to get a grief counselor or someone to help you, you will. But eventually it says that the waters rise and many of the old gods and giants die and the world is made anew. So those banshees, those wailing energies that we hear in the peripheral of those uncharted territories that we might enter into, you're connecting to those now. And don't be afraid, because that's where all of your power and your transformational energies lie now. And if you need a plant companion, surround yourself with ivy. The ivy is eternal. It grows in the winter. It entwines, it connects, it is unifying. So ivy, and also the crystal companion is varicosite. Varicosite. We'll have to look into that. So that is what I have for you. A grieving process is necessary for my Aquarius. Turning your sorrow into a power, but allowing yourself to go through that phase of recognizing everything in life comes into birth and enters into the phase of a death. And so you're coming in with a new love offer. This could be a feeling of falling in love again with life. And you've got this energy of the mercurial energy of the wings of Hermes. So there is quicksilver. There's something coming in around love. And we did see that with Banshee, grief is connected to love that has no outlet. But now you're finding a new love offering, a new way to express your maybe grief through loving again, coming into deep feelings. And there's a lot of water here in this desert type environment. And this night is moving. You can feel the wind moving towards you with momentum. But this is someone who's very loving. Something that you will love is coming towards you, Aquarius. And it's coming with the energy of a plan. You're taking action. You're going to take something you love doing, or something that you're feeling is an invitation. If you're invited, it's going to come in now, and it's going to expand your whole world. You're already established here, and you're wanting to move forward. Out with the old and in with the new, but you're planning this expansion into a brand new world. And it's going to come with a lot of love, because they're looking to each other. You're planning something around love, a love offer. And it's coming in because at the foundation, there has been a tower. Well, this is this Mars, Scorpio, very transformative energies. And if you have been in a relationship that ended because it wasn't built on a firm foundation, or if someone just took the leap out of this it almost reminds me of the towers of 9/11. But you're leaping from this to destruction almost. It's divine necessity. Lightning is something that comes from out of the blue, out of nature. Shocking, sudden communication. That is what has set off this banshee. The grief. There's something that happened at the root. And in that meditation of channeling, I saw that there was something that wounded you deeply from a past experience, maybe ancient. But you're rebuilding on a firmer foundation. So if something came to an end at the foundation of this situation, well, you're building again because you need to. It's right for you to do it. And it's coming with the Hierophant because you were influenced by this energy of Taurus. As above, so below. Whatever it is, Aquarius, you're drawing those spiritual visions, those powers, that ability to know that you are going to die, as the Banshee said, but that in that knowledge, we come into a spiritual illumination and rebirth because we come into what it is we really want to be committed to. But you're being committed to a higher path now, one of wisdom, one of knowledge, one of mentoring others, being a teacher of higher wisdom. This is the Pope. And we had the Pope that just passed away, so there was a death. Maybe there are many people grieving the Pope. But you're going to get the keys to a new kingdom, Aquarius. An initiation process happened recently, and it's coming because at the crown, your higher mind wants you to know that you're more than able. You've got the infinity sign, the figure 8. You have infinite power to change, to adapt, to move through this process of fluctuation. When the waves come, the ships are being able to ride the waves. You're riding the waves. You're moving back and forth. And you've got this hat on, which is tapping you into those higher wisdom within your own mind that you're receiving from the Pope. This is this initiation you're going through that's going to lead to a major change. Everything's changing, Aquarius, in a radical way. And you've planned it. Maybe you've even planned this change because of a new way of loving, a new love offer. And what's coming now is, well, you're going to have to juggle and balance and be willing to work hard, play hard. Maybe move, maybe transform wherever you are so you can climb up. You've beaten the competition. Whatever you've been planning, you're taking this wand, and that it is. Look how firm your position is. You're very strong here. But it's saying, I believe in myself. I believe I'm worth it. I can go through this. I can grieve and let go. I can use my power, my intuition, my energy to transform, to change, to maybe receive a new way of loving, or new love is coming in. And it's coming because you feel like you are the Page of Swords, where you identify, that's Aquarius energy, Gemini, Libra, but you're taking that sword of knowledge, you're thinking through this change, this grief process. It's been on your mind a lot. You might have been gossiping or wanting to get information about what happened here. What brought this down? What is this letting me know about my higher wisdom now? Because it came from the heavens. This is necessity, a blessing in disguise. It needed to happen. And now you're going to pick up the pieces and learn, study, get information, talk about this process of grieving, maybe. You're grieving this collapse, this sudden loss, catastrophic loss. And the environment wants you to know that they are saying to you, or looking at you and saying, take the moderate approach, Aquarius. Sagittarius energy could be important for you. but you're healing these different energies that came down, and you're just getting your feet wet. You're just getting into this process of emotional healing, and you got information now. You got the ability to think through it, but also to balance out your emotions and to work on that process of grieving. If there has been a loss that you needed to come into reciprocity, coming into a peaceful resolution, a harmonious change is coming. And you're going to be somebody totally new. The people in your environment aren't going to recognize you, Aquarius, when you show up next. And you're going to show up victoriously. You went through the battles. You went through the war. You had to renovate your whole life, your whole body, your whole structure, your whole reality changed. And you kept going. There's that wand where you stood up for yourself. You believed in yourself, and now you're wearing the wreath of victory. And it's coming in with the wheel of fortune because, yes, things are changing. Good luck is coming. This had to happen, Aquarius. This loss that you might be grieving or need to grieve more fully is coming in with victory, with success, with a change, with good luck, with a new opportunity to be very resourceful and to see these opportunities and to get on with them. There you are, Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo. And so let's take a moment to really process this and to ask, what is it that we need to know today about the Knight of Cups? What is it? What's this love coming in? And it's coming in with a lot of romance or passion or just deep feelings. Something you had planned, you have some very deep feelings about. You want to take it out into the world. It's going to bring you into a whole new destiny because you're getting the Ace of Swords. Well, there's the crown that was knocked off from your tower, but with the truth and clarity, you're recrowned. So you're getting the truth about this love, something, as it was saying, grief is a love that has no place to go, but now you're getting clarity on that, and it's coming with the Emperor. Well, whatever you're planning to take out into the world, this is Aries energy could be important. A father figure, a boss, an authority. You're taking command with the truth about the situation. And you're going to stand firm and structure your own life now. You're rebuilding. This is a card. The Emperor is the one who has strategy, who structures things like governments, nations, commands of great forces, has been through the battles of life. And now you're taking this energy, this authority out into the world. And the Tower came because of the Nine of Cups. Well, it's interesting, but this Tower, whatever happened from God, the divine necessity, is going to bring you into a wish come true. It might be paradoxical, but whatever you know that happened at your foundation, this might have happened years ago, but it's going to ultimately be a wish come true, bring you satisfaction, a pleasure, reaping the rewards of emotional balance now. And you're coming into that because you're leaving behind anything that had to do with this challenge. And you're coming into a structure. This is the Four of Wands, which is celebrating this spiritual initiation, a commitment, a new contract to rebuild after the Tower. And you did that. You rebuilt, and you rebuilt with satisfaction, with pleasure, with happiness, with fulfillment. And if there is a marriage being announced recently, it's going to bring in a new spiritual commitment. If you're needing to rebuild after a collapse, you're going to. And you're joining forces with others and expanding your world, your home, your situation, where you live. That is what's happened. And you went through a change, and the change brought you to the King of Cups. Well, whatever you've been adapting to, changing, being under a fluctuation, having to juggle a lot of work, a lot of resources, well, you now are coming into emotional balance, emotional maturity, about being able to go with the ups and downs. The King of Cups is often on a very turbulent throne in the middle of the ocean. Look how big this cup is. You have a lot of capacity for this feeling about this grief, and to process that now. Because that is going to lead you to destiny and to good luck, to expansion, to victory, to success, recognition. And what is coming for us about standing our ground, believing in ourselves, knowing there was a lot of competition that right now you feel maybe up against. What is this? Wow. Another king. Wow. The King of Swords. This is action. This is intelligence. This is you used their passion. You used your energy, your intuition, but now you're using your mind, your clarity. You're taking authority. This could be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, somebody who takes the emotion out of it and just sees the facts, sees the situation, and puts all of the pieces together and evaluates accurately with truth. And you're going to have the Page of Swords. That's you, how you see yourself as someone young in your mind, thinking through something in a new way, getting information, spying. Well, it's going to bring you to the Four of Cups. Well, maybe what you've learned about and looked into, gotten evidence on, is something that you're kind of apathetic, bored. You've been meditating on a situation or relationships that were no longer serving you. You were bored with them, and you're now wanting to get more information, to study, to move forward, to go toward your Nine of Cups. That's a wish come true. And the Temperance is in your environment because you are tempering yourself with the energy of death, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. So we had Scorpio season, then Sagittarius season. So something back in November, December could have brought an ending. And there's that wand that you've been standing your ground for. You stood up. You believed this ending was necessary. This is a completion. This is saying you're completing this temperance process. You're completing this alchemy, and you're going to become something brand new out of the death, this ending. You're coming into a brand new rebirth, and it's going to be recognized. You're going to be seen, but in a new way. And what you're going to be seen is coming is this change. Something is coming fast. You might not even know it, but you're going to be successful, victorious, and have the power of the boss, of the divine masculine. This is taking action. This is being the commander of your own destiny. And you have the support here to do so. And it's coming with the Seven of Cups, which is moving out of this phase of being kind of in a daydream, of pondering, of meditating on past disappointments or illusions or cups that had snakes in them or were poisonous or were promising things. And you're waking up to what is the right choice now after something ends and you've balanced and changed and become whole again. Now you're moving toward victory, toward success. And that's coming with another seven, the Seven of Wands. Well, Stand your ground. You're almost there to victory. The wheel is coming. It's saying you need to be determined. You need to believe in yourself. Raise your vibrations up. And that's going to bring you into the Queen of Pentacles. Well, there is a lot of wealth and generosity. You might have a lot of gratitude. That this love, the banshee that came, and you grieve this process. This is a card of self-care, of taking your energy, making good investments, but also loving yourself, taking care of yourself now, Aquarius. And that is what I have. And when you do focus on that, the wheel's going to turn. Good luck, expansion, a wealth, a windfall. And people are going to recognize you. If you've worried that a business or a situation or an online presence was not getting any support, you were just in this very defensive, standing your ground, keeping on going. Well, now it's coming in with that truth of success and victory. And so it is in a beautiful reading for you. And we have the Wheel of Fortune because this is divine necessity, taking you toward your Eight of Cups, that happiness, moving beyond that feeling of something dried up. And now it's restructured with the Nine of Cups. And where did we have the Nine of Cups here? Whatever this happened is going to bring a new destiny, and it's going to be so fulfilling, so happy, so successful, and grounded in love, grounded in emotional maturity. And you've balanced things, you've changed, and you've changed with temperance. People are recognizing these monumental changes you're making, Aquarius. And if something had to come to an end, be thankful, be gracious, because now you're coming into your true power of the Emperor. You're commanding your life, your destiny. And you need to have some self-care, to really take time to love yourself, to enjoy the fruits of your labor, and to see the truth accurately, clearly. And that is what's coming with clarity. So if you doubted a situation, if you doubted your ability to grieve this love, this loss, now know you're going to be crowned victorious. And so it is. And if this resonates, there's so much powerful energy here. Please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And please subscribe if you want more readings like this, Aquarius. Sending you love today. Bye-bye.